And we are
Live.
live.
Oh, it's a good day to be in the neighborhood.
Yes, it is. Good day. Good day.
Mhm.
It is August the
11.
11th, 2022. We're here once again at Studios, James.
hmm Um, this month is marching right along.
Yes.
We're at the halfway point of the month of August.
And it's hot.
It's definitely hot, but I think we'll soon be talking about Christmas soon.
Yes. And we'll be complaining about being cold.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we'll be like, I wish it was warm again.
Yes, this has
But
been it's
it's
exciting.
okay. Yep. I'm happy to be here. Um, I'm happy to have our viewers today.
Yes.
We
Check it
are,
out.
we are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We're on
StreamYard.
YouTube.
StreamYard? No.
We are on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yes. So if you're on Facebook, please like us, share the page, and follow us. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe and hit the bell. Check that bell, and you'll know every time we're on the air. Hopefully, you will get some good information from us.
Yes.
Uh, I know it's good information, but we would love for our viewers to share this information with their friends
Yes.
or anyone that they may know that is a dad that would love to improve on his skill set.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we won't hold you too much longer. Welcome aboard, everybody.
Yeah.
Please give us a shout out.
Let us know you're watching,
Right.
listening.
We know we got plenty of voyeurs out there. We probably got more voyeurs than we do viewers, actual viewers. But let us know. Yeah, let us know.
Something in the box.
Right.
Yes. Like us.
Yeah, say hello to us. You don't have to do anything beyond that. We'd love to hear from you, though.
Yes.
So please share this broadcast and comment, and then we'll certainly give you a shout out.
Yes.
So how have you been, Mr. Glenn, Dr. Glenn?
I have been fine. This has been a busy weekend. Past weekend been a busy week. We making some strides.
Okay.
Getting some things done. It's very exciting, and had a good opportunity this week to see some people that we're going to talk about a little later. But this has been a very busy summer.
So you were out of town again.
I was out of town. Yes, and we was. The Beast was on tour, but we didn't take the Beast this time.
Right.
We was actually on a plane.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to Albany, New York. I think she got some pictures. She made sure.
Okay.
We had to part of a panel discussion, the making of a man in Albany, New York, a fatherhood conference, and it was excellent. It was. This is a young lady, Makia. She actually is the one that put on this conference. I met her through my wife a few months ago on the phone, Zoom, and we had a long discussion about what she wanted to do. And this is her second one. First one was last year, very successful. Right. This one was even more successful. We sold our vineyard.
Right.
It was a nice hotel. It had nice food, and we really had a good workshops, a good conversation, good questions, and the meal was on fire. I love that. So we really get shouts out to her. And
looks like you had 70 men there.
Yeah. Over 70 men, and again, we had a ball. We had a ball.
Good.
No women was allowed. They was not allowed.
Oh,
she wasn't Matila. She wasn't even allowed. She came in and
really,
and she came in and at the end, she came up and did some door prizes. But during our conversation, no women was in there at all.
Okay.
So we had a really good time. I love doing conference. I love doing men's conference.
Looks like you got a friend out there, Michael Hodgkin.
I think it's a Facebook friend. I see him on Facebook from time to time. Good to see you, Michael.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Appreciate it. So what do you have for us today?
Well, today I want to talk about James. We're going to be doing some other stuff doing some stuff with some couples. Well, not couples. I want to call them couples, but we kind of developed this other kind of a podcast that we're going to be doing.
Right.
That's dealing with moms and dads.
Okay.
And we might have. I was thinking about a name of it.
Yeah.
Mom and dads together or something like that. But we're going to be talking about co-parenting. We're still in the process of getting this up and running.
Yes.
But today, I think I want to kind of kick that off a little bit.
Okay.
And talk about what we go through as parents when there's a separation. When there's a separation and we have 1 kid, 4 kids, 5 kids.
Yes.
And how do we process that separation? And how do we balance, the dislike for the person you separated from?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you two obviously have some issues together. You was married, now you're not married anymore, and they say sometimes the person who hurt you the most is the person who you have loved the most.
Right.
And so all the anger and stuff is always kind of in there, and so we have to learn how to process those things and get that anger out as we trying to co-parent.
Okay.
And so today we want to talk about one of the things that when I wrote "When Love Is Not Enough," the breaking of a child. I think it was in 2017. Again, James, these stories.
Let the viewers look at your book.
Yeah. The love is not enough to breaking of a child.
There we go.
Yeah. These stories here are.
So you can see.
You can get this at Barnes and Noble. But if you want, this is a book that I would send to people. If they just call and say I want this book, send it. I'll send it to you.
Make a request. Yeah.
Make a request because this is not about selling this book. This is not about that at all. But so if you want this book, just let me know. I will send this book to you. Because especially if you're a single parent, if you are, trying to co-parent and you're having some issues, this little book will help you.
Okay, so
work through some issues.
And as well, we are going to use this as our study material. Yes.
This is going to be the book that we're going to use. Before COVID, I was actually starting to go and do some of these little 2-hour workshops, and COVID shut everything down. So now we're going to relaunch that.
Good.
And we're going to and really go out and really start to talk to. Now we're going to do it on Zoom as well. Before COVID, we had a lot of person. We're going to create a Zoom class, right? Workshop, what we want to call it. We'll come up with these names.
So I know another thing that is of importance is the timing. What is a good time, a good hour to have excellent participation?
Yes.
And would that be 7 o'clock, 6:30, 8 o'clock?
Yes. That's probably going to be at nighttime. And so we got to come up with a good time for that. People usually get home between 5:36, 6:37. Right. They're preparing meals. Kids that got home with the time. We don't want to do it too late, but we want to do it just in time for you. They have sit down at 8, and they maybe have 30 minutes to. Right. And maybe I'm thinking between 7:30 and 8:30, or 7 and 8. But we're going to come up with a time.
Okay.
If anybody audience have a suggestion, please type it in the chat box and let us know what you think would be a good time. And we're gonna put a deadline to this. We're gonna launch this thing. We've been talking about it for the last 2 months, 3 months.
We're gonna go ahead
and we're gonna go and put a time on it. We're gonna launch it, and we're gonna get it out there. But today, I kind of want to talk about one of the stories in this book. When love is not enough to break another child. One of the stories is called Unintended Consequences.
Okay.
On chapter 25.
Yeah, let me get there.
Which is unintended consequences happen, both good and bad. That's the quote.
Okay.
So what is an unintended consequence?
Well, it's probably similar to having, as a result of me having an action over here, the reaction also is going to occur.
Yes.
So
when unintended consequences, Well, it happens good and bad. In other words, if I do a good deed to somebody over here,
right,
and all of a sudden one day I get this blessing come back, and maybe because I did that good deed over there, maybe I may not be able to track it sometimes, but suppose I did, I'm giving this because I know what you did over here.
right.
But when I did that, the action that I did, I didn't do it. My motive was to get rewarded for it. It just caused an act of kindness.
Right.
So that's an unintended consequences in a positive way. But also the unintended consequences in a negative way.
Okay.
Where I do something over there, and something bad happens over here, and I don't see the dot. I don't connect the dots.
Right.
Because I don't say that. You know what? How did this happen? But you may be able to track it back to what you did over here. And sometimes, if we could be able to do that, hey Angela, if we could go back, if we can do that,
Angela.
if we can track some of our actions, maybe this is why this happened, because this is what I did over here.
Right.
Now that's a sobering moment that something happened to you,
and sometimes people call that karma. You
they
know,
call it yes.
I mean, that's literally what happens.
Exactly. Yep. You did this bad deed over there, and sometimes because we don't see the connection, we don't know there's a direct relation to it. We don't put the two together.
Right.
But I'm saying if I know this happened because of what I did over here, I'm gonna stop doing this bad stuff.
Right.
Or if I was doing this good stuff, if I know that good stuff happened to me because of what I did over there, guess what? I'm gonna keep doing that good stuff.
Right.
And like you said, that is karma, both good and bad. So today we want to focus on 4 little stories that we call unintended consequences. And I call this story unintended consequences, but it's called emotional reckless driving.
Okay.
So what is a reckless? When you get a charge of a reckless driving, what does that look like?
I'm speeding.
I'm speeding.
In and out. I'm in my car first, but I'm speeding in and out of traffic, changing lanes, no signals.
Yes.
Just wide open.
Yeah, wide open. All of that, but I could be doing the speed limit, but I'm doing my hair.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone. I'm texting.
Yeah.
I'm reckless because like you in and out, and you're really not being present to the moment.
Right.
So and when we do reckless driving, in fact, you get a ticket that says reckless driving.
Yes.
That police says I saw you weaving in and out of traffic. And because of what you're doing, you could have caused an accident. So I call this emotional reckless driving by us as parents.
All right. So what does that mean? Let's get into that one.
Emotional reckless driving, and we have accident, and our kids is the one that get hurt.
Wow.
So imagine that. I'm riding down the road. I got my phone. I'm speeding. I'm texting, and I ran into the back of somebody because I was reckless in my behavior, speed or whatever.
Right.
Because I'm not paying attention, I'm not seeing that car approaching me or the stop sign because I'm not paying attention, and I'm running to the back of somebody. Or I called somebody else to get accident because they swerved to dodge me. I've caused an accident.
Sure.
So reckless driving causes accident. So we look at that in terms of parenting. When we become reckless in our emotional driving, we have accidents. And most of the time, it's the kids that's getting hurt in the accident. Now, we get hurt too.
Right.
But it's our kids that we are unintentionally hurting, that they're getting hurt because of our emotional reckless driving. So, story number 1. And like I said, these stories here are true stories that I got when I was getting Father Forever up and running, and I was actually in the child support court 3 days a week myself. I didn't have money to pay staff, but other staff was working, so I was retired, and I was the one that was in the courtroom Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock.
Wow.
And yeah, 3 days a week, and that's how we got our referrals. Wake County Child Support Court. And I would sit there and watch these parents put their kids in the middle of the fight.
Sure.
And I wanted to do something. We were doing something with the fathers. I wanted to do something with the moms as well. So that's why that's how the idea came with that book. When love is not enough, the breaking of a child, because both parents say they love their kids, and we ask the question, do you love your kids? Both of them raise their hand, they raise their foot, they jump up, yes, but your love is not enough to keep you from putting your kids in the middle of your fight.
Right.
So, emotional reckless driving, number one. A mother denies father access to see his kids. There was a divorce. Apparently, mom got mad. There was an affair, and mom got mad. And when she got mad, she denied the father to see his three kids. And the kids didn't see their dad. And not only that, it ain't just the mom fault now. It's the dad fault as well. Because after a while, the dad just stopped fighting.
Right.
He didn't, say, you know what, I just wait until they get 18. So the mom, I won't let him see him. The father says, I just wait until they get 18. Well, one of the sons decided he was going to join the gang. And so he joined the gang. And when he joined the gang, ended up in trouble. Ended up with a record, 18 years old. He's talking to the PO officer. And the PO officer, why all of a sudden you this kid, why did you start doing these bad things? And he said, this is a true story. My mom and my dad have ruined my life. Because my mom won't let us see my dad, and my dad stopped fighting to see us. Wow. And so my best thing to do right now is, I need somebody to care for me, to help me. So I joined the game. Now, when you think mom decided that she planned for her son to join the game because of her action?
Nope, she didn't.
You think the father, because of his inaction, wanted to see their son join the game?
Nope.
I
don't think so.
But that's an unintended consequences.
Right.
Now, the son got 18-year-old son has got a record now because he joined the game. And he joined the game because both mom and dad played a part in that role.
Let me just go in a little bit deeper. It's just that he joined the game, but he evidently got in trouble for being a part of the game.
Exactly. Because when you join the game, you can do what gang members do.
Right.
You're gonna gang bang. You're gonna steal, you're gonna rob, you're gonna do that stuff that gang members do because you want to be a part of that game. And he'll say, and he was a good kid doing really well. And when I heard that story that day, it broke my heart to see this kid who's struggling and to see mom and dad sitting there now like a deer in the headlights. Like, this is an emotional, reckless driving on both of y'all point. Now your son is 18 years now. He's got a criminal record that's going to follow him the rest of his life.
Sure.
And he got all this anger.
That is sad.
That's sad, but unintended consequences.
Right. Just by keeping the children away from their dad or dad from the children.
Yes. And mom got mad and kept away from, and dad didn't fight. So both of them have fault with this.
Right.
Because dad could say, you know what, it ain't up to you for me. It's not your decision for me to see my kids.
Right.
I got a right to see my kids, and I'm going to fight this. But the dad didn't do that.
And we talk about that to our students, our clients. We tell them, you have a right to see your children. If that is your case, fight for them.
Right.
Fight for them.
Right.
That's a good fight to be in. Fighting for your children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was incident number one. So we got 5 of them, but we're only going to talk about 4 of them today. The other incident, number 1, emotional reckless driving, number 2. Fathers decided he didn't want to pay child support. So he went from job to job, city to city, because he didn't want the child support people to track him pay child support.
His paycheck.
Exactly. So he'll start a job, he quit. Because he didn't want them to garnish his checks.
Right.
So he's 3 or 4 months, and as soon as child support people find out where he's working at, he quit. He go to another one. And he did that, many times. And no inconsistency, not working. And so his son decided now, he's 17 years old. He had to help mom out because mom can't make it on her own. And they've gotten several notices of eviction. So he don't want to be out, him and his sister out in the street.
Right.
And he felt like, I'm the man of the house now. My dad is not there. My dad is not supporting us. So he decided he was going to make some extra money. Guess how he decided to make extra money?
Couldn't have been good at 17.
Couldn't have been good.
Yeah, at 17.
Not working at McDonald's.
Cutting grass.
Not cutting grass.
I'm not sure how many yards you can cut.
Yeah. So he was approached by a drug dealer and asked him, "Do you want to make some extra money?" Okay. And guess what he said? Yes, I do. Unfortunately. So in talking to this young man, he said, my dad don't care about us because he has not supported us. My mom is struggling every day trying to make a living. And she can't make it. We've got eviction notice. I don't want to get evicted. And so my mom didn't want me to get a job. She wanted me to go to school. Right. So when the guy approached me to selling drugs, I decided I was going to do it. Yeah. Because I was going to try to keep it undercover, knowing you can't do that. They're going to find out. Right. Now, he'd been selling drugs for 4 or 5 months, making a little extra money, doing some stuff that his mom didn't know, where the money was coming from. But he would sneak some food in the house and say other people was, trying to do something for his mom. After a while, his mom would say, where you getting that money from? So he got away with it for a while before, but they really found out that he got in trouble because he got busted because they found some drugs on him at school. Right.
And really, it's hard to hide that type of income.
Without
showing it to everywhere.
Yes, because a kid, 17-year-old kid with $200 in his pocket, he's gonna be flashing that. Yep. And that's kind of what happened. He was flashing at school. Somebody wasn't told the principal, and they found the money and drugs on him. So now he's got a criminal record, and Mama found out about it. And his came because he said, "My daddy won't support us, and so I'm gonna start selling drugs." Right. Now, did you think the daddy, when he was skipping around not paying child support, did you think that he thought that this was going to cause his son to get a criminal record now for selling drugs?
Right. Nope. I'm sure he didn't.
Nope. Unintended consequences. That happens. So now this kid has got a criminal record. Emotional reckless driving. Number 3. Now this story here really broke my heart, and it could have came out really, really a lot worse. So now I'm sitting in the courtroom and I'm watching this story as it unfolds, and the social worker kind of tells the story a little bit that mom and dad again separated. Father was a stay-at-home dad. Okay. Mom was a nurse. Mom made good money. Dad took care of his little girl, from the time she was a baby. They didn't want to put her in a daycare center. Mom made decent money. Okay. Dad decided to stay home, be a stay-at-home dad. And he did it for 12, 13 years. Right. Because now the kid is 13 years old. Apparently, Dad had an affair. Mom found out about it. Mom decided she was going to leave, which is totally her choice. When she decided to leave, for a while, she let the daughter see the dad. But when the dad got another girl, the same girlfriend moved in with her, Mom is still angry and bitter, which understand that. But she now punished the little girl by not letting the little girl see her father. Right. And the little girl decided, so now not only that, Mom moved and got another job and moved to a city about 4 to 5 minutes away. Yeah. So they used, so now the little girl is not seeing her daddy at home. And one day, she's got a new school now, trying to meet new friends. Sure. She misses her daddy. She misses her old friend. She's depressed. And so she meets some new friends at school. They talking, and a while they got some concerns with her. And one day she didn't show up at school. And when she didn't come to school, they went to the teacher and told the teacher that they had some concerns that she may be home depressed. Well, she was. The school called the mom, right, and told the mom what the concern was. The mom rushed home, found the little girl in the bed with a bottle of pills. She had overdosed. Tragic. Fortunately, Mom got there in time.
Okay, good.
And when she did, she took her to the hospital. They pumped, they did what they needed to do. And afterwards, a couple of days afterwards, when the social worker comes in to try to find out why this little 13-year girl was suicidal, and she said, "My mom won't let me see my dad.
Wow.
And I don't want to live without my dad."
Uh-huh.
I mean, the whole courtroom almost kind of
Yeah.
broke down when and the mom's sitting there like it's like I'm thinking, you always this story in the favorably.
Yeah,
Now,
'cause she's
how many
alive.
stories like that
Yeah.
that didn't end that way?
Right.
And you can't, the little girl, the child I was dead, so you can't ask them why they committed suicide.
Right.
And so this girl now would have died, almost died because of act of the mom. Now, and the father wasn't innocent because he did what he did.
He did what he did.
But the mom denying her daughter to see her father. It's an emotional, reckless driving on her part that causes this little girl almost to lose her life.
Right.
And it's so tragic that it happens so many times on so many levels that we put our kids in the middle of our fight with our emotional, reckless driving.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot. I mean,
that's a lot
to consider and a lot to take in because your actions will have a reaction.
Yes.
Whether it's good or bad.
Yeah. So the very last one we're gonna talk. I mean, that was this was real short, but this was a smart young dude, man. Very educated, very well to do. Came in my office and sit down, and he started talking. And all of a sudden, he started crying like a baby. I was like, "Oh my God!" And he found out that his wife decided that she don't want to be married anymore. And she told him one divorce. He was very much in love with his wife. They went to counseling. They tried to work it out. They got back together. About 6 months later, it happened again. This time, she said, "I'm not in love with you." He's still very much in love with her. And they separated. And now he's paying child support. And he can't get rid of the anger and bitterness of his wife that he refuses to see his son. His son calls him on a regular basis, but he won't call his son back.
Right.
So now the son gets in trouble because now the son is angry. He goes to school and he's got a knife. And now he gets suspended from school. The mom called to his father, and so now he's in my office crying and weeping. He said, "Because of my behavior, I caused my son to get in trouble."
Yeah.
And I said, "You know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. It's your fault. You did that because of your inability to get rid of the pain, of your ex-wife. I mean, you can't make nobody love you. If she's done, she's done. But you put your kid in the middle of that fight, and now your kid get kicked out of school because he's got a knife."
Right. Well, these unintended consequences are devastating. They are real. But we want our viewers to just continue to be with us, and we'll continue to share information.
Yes. So I just wanted to. I think we got a commercial coming on. I think called the Jasmine. But I noticed there wasn't a drill presentation today. But I think this is something that we really need to talk about. The unintended consequences of parents who put the kids in the middle of their fight, and it's tragic that happens. But and so, but when I think Maya Angelou says, "When we know better, we do better."
That's right.
And so we're sharing this stuff with you. And every time I do a workshop with these stories, there's always a couple, or not a couple, but a person, man or woman, sometimes say, "What? I see myself in that story. I did that.
Right.
You know what? I'm guilty of that." And so that's what we want you to. We're not here to make you mad. We want here to let you see. It's like Lee J. It's like it's like looking in a mirror. When you, and I think I put that in the back of the beard, the analogy. When you get up in the morning, whatever, you look in the mirror before you walk out that door.
Yep.
You make sure your hair is close, make sure you ain't nothing in your eyes, and
Uh-huh.
because you want to see, you look presentable,
Uh-huh.
right? That's why we use that mirror. So these stories could be a mirror.
Sure.
And if when you see something in the mirror that's not right, what do?
Correct
You
it.
correct it. You make the correction.
Yeah,
So
correct it.
these stories could be, if you see yourself in these stories, this is a mirror, make the correction.
Sounds great.
Yes, sounds good. I think we're at the 30-minute mark.
All right. And we are going to say goodbye to all of our viewers.
Founder and Executive Director of Fathers Forever. I want to share an alarming reality with you. 627,000 fathers are incarcerated that have kids under 18. Now, there are 56,000 moms incarcerated who have kids under 18. The reality is there are so many more fathers incarcerated than moms. This is why I Am a Father Forever book exists. Now, I need your help. I am inviting you to help us get this book into as many fathers incarcerated as possible. Here's how it works. For your donation of $22, we will provide a book to an incarcerated father. Thank you in advance for helping Fathers Forever heal fathers and save families.